y'all. Gravity, any day above ground living. Good morning to everybody. I hope everybody's doing well out here. It is, I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but as long as you're staying warm, that is all good. And I know today's election day in some states. Shout out to those who are going to go vote and those who are withholding their vote. I hope you are doing well. Denise Scales, good morning. Shamika Gray, good morning. And Carlton Way, good morning. I also have to say thank you, Denise, for yesterday for the $20 Cash App. I forgot to read it. I mean, Cash App, Super Chat. I forgot to read it. I'm sorry about that, but it is appreciated. Vincent Taylor, good morning. DSB, good morning. Okay, we got to go through this. So we understand Black history is under attack again. It's not even February. It's all right because history is on our side and history will bear us out. So you see the thumbnail. You're asking yourself now, what does this have to do with the Freedmen's Bureau? Now, we know the Freedmen's Bureau was established to make sure that Black people got what they needed after slavery was abolished. And we know that the US government reneged on it, but that's okay. We're going to reteach because some troll decided to say that Black folks in America, the cousins, got reparations. And this is, again, what we've told you in New Black Media. It's going to happen as we get closer to the election. Everybody's going to have an opinion on reparations and they're going to retell history so that their people will not go do their own research and realize that reparations are needed to be paid. But y'all heard me talk enough. Let's get into it.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
So yesterday, this white man, he's a troll, and we're going to show why he's a troll. This white man decided to put this up yesterday. Now, his name is Thomas Shaughnessy. All right. And he has 17.8 thousand followers, 17.6 thousand following. So we know he's a troll. Here we go again. This is how you know this is a troll in a white account that is retarded. He said, though I am in the world, I am definitely not of the world. No DM, no personal interviews. This isn't a chat line for hookup. Ain't nobody checking for you, Mr. White Man. But that's okay. He wrote, did you know Blacks have already received reparations from the US government? The world is correct, ladies and gentlemen. He's telling us that Black people got reparations. Okay. So I put a screenshot of the thumbnail. I'm sorry, I put a screenshot of what he put up in the thumbnail. It says Abraham Lincoln paid reparations through the Freedmen's Bureau in 1865. He gave all free Black men 40 acres and a meal plus food, clothing, and farm tools over a 7-year period until 1872. That was then ended by Democrats. Look it up. Congressional Democrats are ignorant of this piece of history. Now you know. I'll let y'all legislate that for a few seconds.
And a lot of white folk have demonstrated eloquently that they don't have no sense.
32.4 thousand views. He wrote this yesterday morning, deep before the sun rose on another beautiful day. Okay. He then continued, because you know how the white supremacists are, the racists. Once they get the rolling, they think they're Juggernaut off the X-Men. They just gonna keep going. Except we know Juggernaut got defeated by cement, and the cement defeated him called history. But that's okay. On March 3rd, 1865, Congress passed an act to establish a bureau for the relief of freedmen and refugees to provide food, shelter, clothing, medical services, and land to displaced Southerners, including newly freed African Americans. Which is true. The Democrats did away with the Freedmen's Bureau and started welfare and other social programs. Do you know anyone on welfare? Tilo Brown, good morning. He left out the part that Andrew Jackson came in right after that and vetoed it. They don't tell history. We know this. Vincent Taylor said the 40 acres and a mule was promised, but the president at the time reneged on it to how it would make white because it would make poor. It would because I don't know. Sorry. I'm trying to read what you wrote, Vincent. Let me try this again. The 40 acres and a mule were promised, but the president at the time reneged on it to how it would make poor white people feel. Well, we're going to find out how poor white people feel. John Guillory, good morning. David Brown, good morning. And JB Easy, good morning. We're going to continue. Here we go. He had more to say. Of course he did. Okay. So, Malik, black man, we would think, came in and said the government didn't keep its promise of 40 acres and a mule following President Abraham Lincoln's assassination on April 15th, 1865. President Andrew Johnson rescinded Field Order 15 and returned to Confederate owners the 400,000 acres of land. A lot of acreage. So he came in and said the Democrats got rid of it. Because Thomas, I don't know if you noticed this, but Democrats love to bring up 40 acres and a mule a lot. Not the Republicans, not the conservatives. It's liberals and Democrats always bring up 40 acres and a mule, including outside of the liberals and Democrats, intelligent black society. We talk about 40 acres and a mule just to show how duplicitous the government is when they do not want to help black folks, but they want to help everybody else. But okay. Another black man came in and said, now tell the rest of the story. Now we know he's a troll because here's another welfare recipient. He then said, I don't know why you're cursing your mom. Thomas comes back and said, and that's why you're on welfare. Tell mom I said hi and have a nice day. Don't spend all your reparation food stamps all in one place now. When they get defeated, their comebacks are so witty, are they not? Hey, Thomas, you troll. Yeah, funny thing. White people are the most recipients on welfare. But, I'm sure you knew that. I'm sure you knew that. We continue. This did not happen. He then said, yes, it did. Then somebody came in and said, no, it did not happen. That has been a very reparations dispute. The 40 acres and a mule that was not received. Right. They just believe any meme they see. The program became welfare. Do you know any people on welfare? So this white woman who has a face of a cat came in and said, yep, a whole lot of welfare is given to white folks more than blacks. Reparations is a welfare. Your hate and bigotry is on full blast. Thomas is a cranky ass old guy. Also, watch out for that, family. They're going to say that welfare is reparations. I know we've heard it before, but as it gets closer to the election, you're going to hear it. Not true. It was not delivered, only promised. He came back and said, you are just a liar. Why don't you go out and help a black family? Freedman reparationists. I thought white folks were supposed to be the smart ones. This one is about as dumb as the day is long. Oh, Irish handcuffs. God damn. Have not heard that term in years. Shake my head. Not 7 years, dude. Laugh out loud. Field Order 15, commonly known as 40 acres and a mule, was signed January 16th, 1865, but was rescinded after racist Lincoln got smoked April 15th, 1865. And the more racist Andrew Johnson put a stop to it. So it's more likely 3 months to the date. He said we're way past that. Okay. Back then, the Democrats were the GOP. Do you mean after the Democrats screwed everything up, they switched sides? Are you saying Republicans started the KKK? No, dumbass. You see what they're doing? Ah, they're dumb. They're so dumb. They're dumb. What have I told you, family? The white vote will doom us all. I understand a majority of the land in question was restored to its original owners, and then they started welfare, and the rest is history. Oh God. What? Oh my God. So immediately after they got back their land in 1872, well, 1865, I'm sorry, they created welfare. I did not know this, family. Did we learn this in school? I'm just trying to figure something out. I'm just trying to figure something out. Maybe he might be right. He might be right. He could be right. He could be right.
You know, let me go here. There's I'm gonna move on. There's a growing concern in
And then you go look online and realize white people have got to do something that the brother will tell everybody that they should do.
Targeted a
brother,
child
you got to get off the
deliberately
crack pipe, man, please.
No.
So in 1865, they started welfare, but welfare really didn't start until 1964. Almost 90 years later. BB Rodriguez, hello. Black Spider, hello. I'm sorry, it was Black Spider that gave me the $20 super chat yesterday. Thank you so much. They're dumb, ladies and gentlemen. The white vote will doom us all. Type that in the chat for me one time so they could see it. The white vote will doom us all. Sun kissed by the Most High. Hello. No, it's not foolishness. It's stupidity. We're going to call it for what it is. Stupidity. By the way, 1964. Who did that? The Democrats, but neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. For context purposes, we'll just say Congress. Don't want to leave the Republicans out. They get upset. I hate to explain this, but the Freedmen's Bureau was a failed institution and did not achieve the results that it was set up to achieve. Corruption and other issues plagued the institution and failed to achieve reparations. He wrote, it turned into welfare and other social programs. Well, let's find out about that. Let's find out if that's true.
let me go here. There's I'm gonna move on. There's a growing concern in
Again, how did something that ended 89 years prior to the establishment of the food stamp program and other social programs, how did that establish welfare? There wasn't welfare at that point, but okay. Oh, they're dumb. The U.S. Congress established the Bureau of Refugees, Freedmen, and Abandoned Lands on March 3rd, 1865, as part of its plans for reconstruction the post-Civil War South. The program was to function for 1 year after the close of the war. President Andrew Johnson vetoed new legislation extending the Bureau's life and increasing its powers on February 19th, 1866. President Johnson viewed the legislation as an unwarranted continuation of war powers in peacetime. The veto marked the beginning of the president's long and unsuccessful fight with the Republican Congress over issues of Reconstruction. In slightly different form, the bill was passed over Johnson's veto on July 16, 1866. Progress and problems. Under the leadership of General Howard and backed by military force, the Freedmen's Bureau was one of the most powerful instruments of Reconstruction. The Bureau was charged with overseeing the transition from slavery to freedom for 4 million freed slaves. In this process, the Freedmen's Bureau became the principal expression and extension of federal authority in the defeated South. General Howard divided the ex-slave states, including the border slave states that had remained in the Union, into 10 districts, each headed by an assistant commissioner. The Bureau's work consisted chiefly of 5 kinds of activity. 1, relief work for both blacks and whites in war-stricken areas. 2, regulation of black labor under the new conditions. 3, administration of justice in cases concerning the blacks. You know how I feel about the word blacks, but okay. 4, management of abandoned and confiscated property. And 5, support of education for blacks. Charged with exercising control of all subjects relating to refugees and freedmen from the rebel states, its activities were myriad. It provided provisions, clothing, and fuel to refugees, freedmen, and their wives and children. It insisted in reuniting black families. It supervised labor agreements between blacks and their former masters. It monitored state and local officials' treatment of the former slaves. It established informal tribunals to settle disputes between whites and blacks and among African Americans themselves. I don't know why you would include blacks and among African Americans. Why wouldn't you just say black? Never mind. I know why they did that, but okay. It instituted clinics and hospitals for the former slaves, and it aided efforts to provide freed people education in the Civil War's immediate aftermath. The agency distributed trainloads of food and clothing provided by the federal government to freed slaves and Southern white refugees. The Bureau built hospitals for the freed slaves and gave direct medical aid to more than 1 million of them. The great successes of the Freedmen's Bureau were in the field of education. More than 1,000 African American schools were built and staffed with qualified instructors. Most of the major African American colleges in the United States were founded with the assistance of the Bureau. Though his personal integrity was never questioned, the Bureau General Howard led was riddled with corruption, inefficiency, and charges of misappropriation of funds. The agency also became the pawn of the corrupt radical Republican government and was used to help maintain Republican control of the states occupied by federal troops. Unprincipled agents, both military and civilian, too often discredited district and local offices. Its efforts towards establishing freed states as landowners were unsuccessful. The work of the Freedmen's Bureau was discontinued July 1st, 1869. Its educational activities, however, were carried on for another 3 years. Congress discontinued the Freedmen's Bureau in 1872. I ain't hear nothing about no welfare programs. That don't sound like welfare to me. That sounds like refugee aid. That don't sound like welfare. Huh. I think you meant 1935, BB. So if you're talking about the Social Securities Act, that was 1935. John Guillory said they never say many social programs began with the New Deal under FDR. Yeah. Oh, Lord, not Mr. America is not racist. Meanwhile, his donors defunded his campaign. Leave him alone. Oh, yeah, they never talk about that part, how white people got welfare and black people didn't. They never talk about that, but that's okay. Oh, God. But they're dumb, ladies and gentlemen. We're just showing this today just to show you that they're dumb. Here we go. Thanks. I didn't know that. I look it up and you were right. Oh, God. Okay, we just read it, but all right, sure. The Freedman Bank was ripped off by white executives, and black people lost all the savings in the Freedman Bank. This fool had the nerve to say Obama screwed you all. The fuck? What? Wait, what? Excuse me?
Huh?
So you're talking about how the Freedman Bank ripped off people, and you brought up Obama. It's so boy. Whoo, we dealing with a special crop of white ignorance, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen. We're dealing with a special type of white ignorance.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Why would you bring up Obama? Why would you bring up Obama? Now you got me curious. Now you got me curious. Oh, yeah. All right. There we go. That's not what made me curious. Now I'm curious. Why would you bring up Obama? They be telling on themselves. Let's see. And huh? There's a lot of tweets here about Obama. They're dumb. They're dumb. They're dumb. I tell you, they're dumb. I don't care how it sounds. They're dumb. Ooh. I'm just not talking because I want y'all to read exactly that second tweet. I want y'all to read that second tweet. Obama created ISIS to destroy Syria for Israel. You just be talking. You just be talking. Okay. Okay. They just be talking.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
It's funny that they love. We ain't no fans of Obama, Nobama, whatever you want to call him. We ain't no fans of this man over here. But we're not gonna lie on that man just for the sake of lying on that man. We're not gonna do that. I mean, we have historical context. We just pick apart his words and show him where the fallacies in his statements and arguments and opinions come from. We're not gonna lie on that man. How dare you say that Obama created ISIS when the federal government knew about him, who started ISIS, Abu Musad al-Zarqawi, who is gone, by the way. He was known to the Islamic states since the late 90s, early 2000s. And ISIS technically started in the mid 2000s. Obama was still a senator. He wasn't even running yet. So how could he create something as a junior state senator? Well, junior senator, then a state senator in Illinois. Kiana G, good morning. We know, Tilo, white folks are deranged. We know. All right. What Obama did for 8 years in the White House is to hire and organize a totally corrupt cartel within the government. That was yes, we can in his pledge to American people. So you just don't like this man. All right. Because Trump didn't do that and Biden didn't do that. Clinton didn't do that. Bush 2 didn't do that. Bush 1 didn't do it. Reagan didn't do it. Nixon didn't do it. Eisenhower didn't do it. Gerald Ford didn't do it. Jimmy Carter didn't do it. Yeah, none of these presidents had a bunch of yes men and a totally corrupt cartel in the government. Okay. Sure. Okay. Black men didn't run the country, did they? And Obama sold you out. He sold everyone out. Now he's a millionaire. Not bad for a guy that was born in Kenya. Bathhouse Barry. All right. So you just don't like him. All right. Let me see something. I'm trying to see something. Let me see something. Let me see something. And there it is. The Republicans are all BS. We need Trump more than ever.
No medicine, there'd be no mayonnaise. No medicine, there'd be no mayonnaise. No medicine, there'd be no mayonnaise. No medicine, there'd be no mayonnaise.
Huh. Okay. That's great. Okay. We got to watch out for this, family. They're coming on strong and dumb. Got to be careful. All right. I'd like to thank y'all for being in this live. Make sure you hit the like. I'm going to go to the... Did y'all really think I was done? Come on, people. Did you really think I was done? We not done. This would have been just an upload. Oh, no. We got more.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in
Hey, FBA ADOS cousins, Freedman cousins, OBA cousins. Yeah, I feel for y'all. Everybody want to be y'all, but then everybody want to talk on y'all negatively. You see what I have on the screen. I ain't gonna hold you. Homie look like old boy from Coach Carter. The one that Coach Carter was made do 500 push-ups and 500 suicides. That he looked like. What was that nigga name? Timo? Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna find out what that dude name is. Give me 1 second. He was on Arrow and he played Rick Gonzalez. Yes, Rick Gonzalez. That's a Rick Gonzalez. Yes, he looks like Rick Gonzalez. No shade to Rick Gonzalez. Grand Rising family. Yes, Grand Rising to you too. That's such a... He looks just like Rick Gonzalez. I ain't even gonna hold you. He looks like Rick Gonzalez. We're gonna blow it up. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. He kind of look like Rick Gonzalez, does he not? So Rick Gonzalez over in the UK. He's over in the UK, ladies and gentlemen. He's finna tell us how the term African Americans don't exist and the ethnicity of African American does not exist as it is today. I think you'll enjoy this. Fair use.
Bro, I don't know if Americans are genuinely confused or they're just thick, because this blew my mind. And if you're not American, this will probably blow your mind too. So I'm from England, right? But most English people are usually white, just like...
I have a question before he continues. Why do all the British people always hang their clothes outside their closet? I've never understood that. Is that like a British thing? They always hang their clothes outside the closet. I don't get it. I've never understood it. Huh. Interesting. Okay, continue.
Are usually white.
And you got to clean your ceiling fan.
Just like Americans are usually white too, okay? Keep that in mind. This is very important. As you can see from looking at my skin, I am not just white. I have black in me, which means I come from African descent. To be more specific, Ghanaian descent. Keep this in mind. I was outside in America and I seen a fellow melanin brother. Now, when I'm looking at melanin people, I can usually tell what part of Africa you are from your feet.
He one of them's. I know what tribe you're from, eh? I know one of your I know what tribe you're from. I can see how many nose hairs you got inside your nostril, the left one, not the right. So I know which tribe you come from, yeah? All you've got to do is tell me 3 things you would eat on these 3 specific days, eh? And then I could tell what tribe you come from. All I've got to do, yeah, I've got to look at the left foot and then look at your 4th toe and count how many cells, skin cells, on the white side. And I know what tribe you come from, eh? Bruv. I could tell by your eyebrows which part of London you live in. I could even tell your postal code, yeah? They always tell you tell you what tribe you from. Good, you can tell what tribe you from. Hey, how about y'all unite? Come on now. Negro, you so African, you look like Rick Gonzalez. You look like Rick Gonzalez. All right, I'm gonna let you finish talking. I cut you off.
And I saw this brother that I thought might have been Ghanaian too. Big up my Ghana brothers, by the way.
You pulled out a whole jersey. Oh, y'all got to see this, family. He pulled out a whole Ghanaian jersey.
Melanin people, I can usually tell what part of Africa you are from your features.
Negro, whoa. We not skipping this. Sir, why do we have a Gucci purse behind us? Why do we do this? Sir, I gotta ask questions, family. I'm sorry. I'm a question asker. Why do we have the Gucci purse behind us, sir? We know you ain't living with no strumpet, eh? You're in your mama's flat talking like this. She was probably at work. She was paying all the bills and you decided to be performative, yeah? Like you're in the British theater, yeah? But you forgot to put down your purse. The handbag, the Gucci handbag that you probably got from Brixton because you can't afford it to go to Soho or Chelsea or Kensington. Yeah. Yeah.
Of Africa you are from your features. And I saw this brother that I thought might have been Ghanaian too. Big up my Ghana brothers, by the way. But was I so wrong? So I proceeded to ask, yo, bro, what part of Africa you from? He said, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was like, oh, word, but like, where are your parents from? Atlanta, Georgia. So what about your grandparent? Atlanta, Georgia. So my next question was, how are you black? There's a lot of black people in Atlanta, Georgia, son.
Pretty sure that's not what the dude in Atlanta said that. He's probably from New York if he called you son. Okay, he's from Atlanta. He on vacation. Why are you messing with him? Huh. Interesting. If his people are from Atlanta, Georgia, that's where his people are from. I don't think he's going to go into a whole dissertation of where his people are from. Maybe his people are born and raised in Atlanta. I mean, that's okay. You expect a black American to know what tribe they people came from unless they got historical records of where the slave master took their people from, they're going to start in America. Last I checked, I'm just saying. Okay. So Rick Gonzalez is he talking. All right.
So you're telling me that you're not from Africa, but your skin is saying otherwise? Yep, proud African American, straight out of Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised.
I'm pretty sure that's not how the conversation went, but we'll let him indulge his fantasy because he finally got to talk to a Black American.
Before I could ask him any more questions, brother, I answered it for myself. These people genuinely think that African American is its own race. And this is actually deep, bro.
So what do you think happens when African people come to America? What happens? They get citizenship. What happens? They get a social security card. What happens? Maybe you don't know because it's the UK. You guys are 5 hours ahead of us. But you, if you're the representative of the UK, you're 5 hours behind everybody else. 8 if you go to the West Coast. Sir, what do you think happens once an African who comes to America gets citizenship? What's the term they use for them? Oh yeah, African American. They're Nigerian American, the Ghanaian American. They are Djibouti American. They are South African American. Botswanan American. Rwandan American. Egyptian American. Somali American. The homie tribe American. That was fucked up. That was fucked up. That was fucked up. I'm sorry. that was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. But you get the point. You become a hyphenated American. I think that's what I think I figured it out, family. I think that's why they're really mad at y'all, because y'all don't hyphen your shit. When you tell them you're a Black American, they be trying to figure out where the hyphen goes, and they can't figure it out, and then they get pissed, and then they be like this online.
When I see you, nigga, it's gonna be on. I want you to know that. Because you call me on the phone, and you saying all this, and then you get on the live stream, and you playing this shit. You should be ashamed of yourself. Is that black crime?
I don't know. BB, I ain't sure. I don't know if it's his daddy that's the Black guy. I ain't sure. It could be. I ain't sure. I don't think he ever mentioned it. Maybe I didn't hear it. But let's finish up with Rick Gonzalez talking about. Go ahead, Rick Gonzalez.
These African Americans are children. Yes, you heard me right.
Why are you silencing the word slave? What are you too pussy to say slaves? It's not hard. Slaves. We have reverence for the slaves over here because we understand what they had to endure and what they created, even enduring under all those conditions, and what they achieved. I get it. You guys are ashamed to come from where you're from. I think the cousins are not ashamed of where they come from. I think you're ashamed of your people.
These African Americans are children. Yes, you heard me right. So I'm sorry to break it to you, but there's no such thing as African Americans. Your ancestors were just taken from Africa to America, brainwashed, and completely forgot where they came from.
Kind of like the Tethers, huh? They be telling on themselves. St. Louis, good morning. You said, who the hell is this guy? This is some cocksucker. I don't know. This is some guy on TikTok. You know how TikTok is. They just be talking. Y'all gonna make me go look up the TikTok. All right, we finna go look up the TikTok. Let me finish. It's only got 5 more seconds. We might have to go look for the TikTok. He's piqued my interest because he was so witty in this.
And that's the truth. So maybe go look at
The
your
truth. The truth. The truth.
history before saying I'm African American.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. African Americans don't. He can't even spell exist right. But okay. I think we're going to have to try to find the TikTok. We're gonna find the TikTok. Yeah, we're gonna do this for the family. We're gonna go do some research. We're gonna go look for the TikTok. He generally has me interested. He said African Americans don't exist. This is what this man said. He can't be serious. We found the TikTok, I think. I ain't sure. We found the TikTok. We found the TikTok. And all I had to do was misspell exactly what he wrote. I wrote it exactly how he misspelled it, and we found the TikTok. Are y'all interested in hearing what else he has to say on the TikTok? I think you guys might be interested.
You know, let me go here. There's I'm gonna move on. There's a growing concern in.
So yes, 1.2 million followers. Okay. They keep banning me. They keep banning me. I wonder why. What's this one? I don't even know what this is. Really used to think that that was bro. Now I'm solo. That's the truth. No homo. Okay. So you might be a rapper. Okay. Why are you dancing like this? And why do you still have the Gucci handbag posted up? So this is your room. Okay, well, it makes sense now, family. So this is his room, but he got the Gucci handbag. Okay. So you just be talking about drill rapid. What is this? Hang on. What is this?
Bro, for the last 3 weeks, every time I open my phone, you guys are talking about these two people. At first, I didn't know who he was, so I asked my brother,
Bro, before you start doing these videos, I'm going to need you to learn how to spell words. That's not how you spell jealous. Okay.
I'm saying he said he was a 2K player, and then he started streaming. Hats off to him. He's doing his thing. You feel me? I also asked him who this was. He didn't know. He just said some OnlyFans. Let me chill. All right, now I got that out of the way. You men are just jealous, bro. You don't want to see a young Indian brother winning. That's it, bro. You watching this right now, if she come up to you and said, you know what I'm saying, I know for a fact you would. So my question is, why are you hating on him doing it? Because he's a nerd. You think that he doesn't deserve it. Actually, deep it, like high school times, yeah, you're in school. You would never see this brother dating this person. And you would never see her dating someone like this. Just put your hands up and say it's the truth. Like, brother, this the guy in high school that would stay in at lunchtime, you feel me? Eat his lunch in the classroom.
I don't know why he's talking about a dude that's streaming that looks like Drake. But I'm bored. I'm bored. An SMD story time. Yeah, we good. We good. How many people don't like you in New York?
Niggas
Oh, hell no. You got music. Hell no. And y'all wonder why I'm not on TikTok. I don't put nothing on TikTok. These people are goofy. TikToker gets stuck in the hood at New York at 3 a.m. and it got crazy. Okay. All right. So you one of them white boy old block niggas. Okay. Okay. It's funny, they came in to tune into your content about drill rappers, and you decided to go say something about black folks, and nobody really cared. You got some of the lowest views I've seen. It's fun. Negro, I'm going to need you to take the bag out of the. Never mind. Maybe you like that. Maybe you like that. First comment. Do y'all not have books in the UK? All right. He got 4,000, almost 5,000 comments. It just changed. He got another 16 comments. They are cooking him. I can't wait for the stitches for this video. We could find this out. Oh, we could definitely find out if there were any stitches. I don't remember how you do it. I think it's this. Let me see something. I think that's how you do it. Oh, there is a stitch. Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh, we're going to look at these. Okay, say less. Fair use. Let's get it.
So maybe go look at your history before saying I'm African American.
Okay. I don't know if when you say African Americans don't exist, I don't know if you're saying that we ain't African or that we ain't American. But either way, you're wrong. Because you rebutted it yourself in your own video. My guy, you are right. They took us from Africa and brought us here to America and then brainwashed us. But somehow they brainwashed us and made us forget that we're African. But somehow, some way to this day, we're calling ourselves African American, almost as if we don't want to forget that we're Africans that happen to be Americans. Sorry for all the sassiness. You just brought the energy, so I had to bring it too. But that goes off to a whole bunch of other American groups, such as Asian Americans, Korean Americans, Indian Americans, Latin Americans. These are all people that necessarily wasn't stolen from their homeland, but came here, had children, and then guess what? Their children that was born here are still Asians that are Americans. That's just how it works. I don't know why you got so much smoke and anger towards us about that, but that's just how it works, man. We're
okay. There's that.
He needed to ask, yo, bro, what part of Africa are you from? He said, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was like,
this whole fucking thing is a microaggression. This is my problem with the whole conversation of why don't you guys know where you're from? Why don't you claim?
You know it's bad when Septum Ring TikTok shows up and starts quoting actual correct history. Uh-oh.
Your ancestral home of origin. We don't know. When slavery happened, all that stuff was stripped from us. And this whole mindset and this whole questioning is very much like poking fun at us, and we don't find it funny at all. We're dealing with a generational trauma that you're trying to like kick around for kicks and laughs. And then it's the same people that think like this that accuse African Americans of having main character energy. Meanwhile, they're dripped out in everything that we made popular and we made cool across the globe. African American culture is the base for what's cool worldwide for the rest of the diaspora. But y'all aren't ready for that conversation. Why not build community with us instead of poking fun at our trauma?
he needed to ask, yo, bro, what part?
There you go. When you get the septum ring people on your case, you got a problem.
Bro, I don't know if Americans are genuinely confused or they're just thick. Because this.
Not for nothing. This kind of got me hot.
Now you got the studs. Boy, you done pissed off you done pissed off the Black American diaspora. Jesus. He's just touching every spectrum, is he not? Now you got the educated studs coming outside. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm just assuming she's a stud. I'm not saying she is. And if she's not, I apologize.
As a person who in college, I have a minor in African American studies, so I feel like I'm knowledgeable enough to speak on this point. And not to shame my bro, but I'm gonna educate you, bro. Like you said, for anybody who didn't see the video, he was basically saying, you know, he is from England and he's Ghanaian, and he visited America and he saw another Black person who might be Ghanaian, and when he asked them, they said, "Oh, bro, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia." Now, if you're not from America, you know, you might not understand. But like you said at the end of your video, the impact of slavery really fucked us up into not knowing where the fuck we from. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not quite sure about the impact of slavery in England, but over here it was to the point where our shit, we wasn't brainwashed or whatever, but we were literally punished for, you know, having a connection to our African roots. So for you to sit up here and like kind of try to big up yourself, this is when it comes to the diaspora awards. That's why Black people in America be having problems with Africans. Because why would you shame me for something that was literally taken from me? I'm a Black person from Texas. I ask my people, yo, what part of Africa we from? What part? They'll say, what? Nigga, we from Texas. Period. Because our history has been taken from us in that way. We don't even know. So for you to shame somebody instead of just saying like, oh, damn, that's fucked up, bruh. It's fucked up. You should be grateful you know where you from in Africa. Because the only way I will ever know where I'm actually from in Africa is if I do a genealogy test. And to be honest, I don't even know what they're going to do with my DNA after I send the stuff into Ancestry 32andMe or whatever the hell it is. I'm not sure how old you are, but you sound insensitive as hell and goofy as hell and quite seriously ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Our deep-seated Africanness was taken from us. But one thing I do know, I'm Black. One thing I do know, I'm a melanated person. One thing I do know is my people did come on them ships, probably from the western part of Africa. Now, do I know what country? Do I know what village? Do I know what tribe? No. That's why we say we're African American, because we should not be, our Africanness should not be taken from us. We should be able to reclaim that shit in any way we can. So, brother, just as a fellow person, a melanated person, just as a fellow African brother, I'm gonna tell you, like, bro, don't do that. Don't shame no other Black.
I would have just said at the end, shut the fuck up. But you know, we're gonna be respectful. Oh Lord, she went.
These people genuinely think that African American is its own race.
She had to make sure she got off before she went to bed. Or this might be early in the morning. I ain't sure. I'm trying to look at that clock, see what that clock do. No, this might be at night. She probably go to bed, but she said she got to cook you.
Even the greats like you who can host a show in a basement in Washington, D.C. all by himself.
We literally mind our own African American business. Like,
so you went from septum ring TikTok to alleged stud TikTok to now I'm too tired for this shit TikTok. Boy, we gonna keep going.
These people genuinely think that African American is its own race.
There are no African Americans that believe that. None. They know that their race is Black. They know that their nationality is American, and they know that their ethnicity is African American. Something you clearly do not understand. Now, can they tell you exactly which tribes in Africa their ancestors held from? No, but that's due to something, a little thing called chattel slavery and the transatlantic slave trade. Yeah, you see, because the slavers, they weren't really keeping records of where they were snatching these black bodies from. They were just snatching them. They were just snatching them. Now, do you not think that this would be far better spent over here in British business? Hmm? You don't see Suella Brave.
So now you got so now you got British, you got Carrot British Twitter on you. I'm sorry, Carrot British TikTok on you. Jesus Christ. Buddy, you strike it out all over the place.
These people.
Wait, I just played that one.
So I proceeded to ask, yo, bro, what part of Africa are you from? He said, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
That's literally because that's the farthest he can trace his ancestry to, which is common for every black person in North and South America. When Africans were brought over here as slaves, their heritage was stolen from them. Often their children were stolen from them after birth so they couldn't raise them with their own heritage and histories. The goal was to steal their sense of identity so they would not know who they were. And documentations as to where an African was stolen into slavery were rarely kept. And the ones that were certainly weren't preserved to this day. And this is basic history that any 10-year-old in North and South America could tell you. Find any random child in Brazil and translate this to Portuguese and they'll be able to give you an answer. It's ironic that you would post a video looking down on other people when, you know, your video kind of sounds slow. Honestly, I've rarely seen a Brit who doesn't know this basic history, especially if that Brit was literally living in the United States at that time. You should take that.
Well, he doesn't live there. He lives over in Britain. He just came here for a visit, but I got what you were saying. Oh, Lord.
Bro, I don't know if Americans are genuinely confused or they're just thick, because this...
I think the only person confused here is you, babe. You. It's crazy how us African Americans, we really be out here minding our own black ass business, just trying to survive. We're only trying to survive. And here y'all go, trying to belittle and berate us for I don't know what reason. Y'all be doing it out the blue. Dude really sat up there and said, maybe you need to do some research on your history before you say you're African American. No. Maybe you need to do research on U.S. history before you try to come at us for...
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Her ceiling fan with them colors is kind of fly.
not knowing where the fuck we come from. Dude sitting there talking about some, oh, I asked this guy and he said, where is he from? He said, Atlanta, Georgia. I said, where are your parents from? He said, Atlanta, Georgia. I said, where are your grandparents from? He said, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, bro. Because that's all we can trace our ancestry back to is the Americas. What are you talking about? We don't know how to trace our ancestry back to Africa. We wish we could, but we can't. And y'all know we can't. That is why African Americans literally had to become their own people with their own culture and their own everything, because we didn't know shit. Because when the man came over and took our ancestors, they made sure that they erased anything and everything so we can trace our ass back to that. We can't. They depleted it all. You talking about some, oh, well, I can tell what type of African you're from just by looking at you. Great. That's good for you. That's great. Tell us then. Tell us. Let us know. Let us know. I'll be using that whole, well, I know where my ancestors come from in Africa. Y'all be using that shit way too much. Y'all be taking that shit overboard. Cause good for you. Like I said, we wish we could. We just can't. Okay, so we had to become proud to be something else because we did not know where we started from. Like, what are you really trying to say? You're trying to say that we're not African? Are you trying to say we're not American? Because we're both. We're both. I'm gonna end on this note.
Now you got housewife neck roll TikTok on you. You just bring everybody
So my
out.
next question was, how are you black?
So out of all the shit going on in the world right now, a genocide takes...
You ladies, you better calm down. I heard a lot of y'all just adjust your seats and adjust yourself in the bed because you saw a homie on the screen. Y'all better calm down.
Who is we?
Talking about all of y'all. Y'all about to tell me go play the video. I know. All right. To y'all, he might be your cup of tea. All right. I'm gonna need y'all to calm down. Don't get excited. I ain't shit, by the way.
Taking place in the Middle East, genocide in the Congo, just stuff going on in every individual country with oppressed people and nations, and somehow Black people end up being relevant about our social status in the fucking world. Like, what? This is what Black people be talking about with this whole diaspora war bullshit. Like, we don't be doing shit to nobody, mind our own fucking business, and yet somehow it be people that look like us finding a way to make us be relevant, but in the most negative ways. Like, nigga, what? You said it yourself in the video that the guy had gone all the way back in his ancestry, showing that he was from Atlanta, Georgia. And yet somehow, literally, if you open up a fucking textbook about the trauma and the fucking effects of slavery through the transatlantic slave trade, it's very evident that they removed culture and identity from these people that they oppressed and enslaved. It makes fucking sense off of that sentence that you said in your video. Comprehension is everything. How do you sit here and expect somebody to know where they're from after generations after generation after generation after generation of psychological torture and torment to remove any ties to their origin at all? Y'all got to do better than this. And then after African Americans, yes, I'm saying this, African Americans have created their own culture, had established a sense of identity and self-worth in this fucking society that has told them you aren't good enough from this country because y'all the lost people. Y'all not good enough here because y'all are colored. Across the world, we have established ourselves as these people, and it still ain't good enough. But my thing, we not doing shit to y'all. We not in y'all's business. We don't give a fuck what y'all are doing. And yet somehow y'all have to find a way to say, what can we talk about today? Fuck it. What are these niggas doing? That's what y'all be doing. Literally across the board in these diaspora wars, y'all will sit here, be bored out y'all's fucking minds. Get a fucking hobby. Because sitting here and trying to shit on Black folks just because we've established a sense of self-worth that's not up to y'all's fucking standards ain't helping. Like, seriously, it's not working for you. And then you got the audacity to sit up here on Beyonce's fucking interview with Usher's new album about to drop, with Jonathan Majors about to be found not guilty, with me getting a brand new fucking car and saying,
where are your parents from?
We know
So
where
my
he
next
was going
question
with
was,
it.
how are you Black? Where are your parents from? Atlanta, Georgia.
You ladies, stop yelling at me through the screen now because I cut him off. You know where he was going. Y'all gonna cuss me out in the comment section. I know.
Georgia. So what about your grandparent? Atlanta.
Brother, me understand what you're trying to say, but the bloodline, it dates all the way back to slavery. Slavery stripped Africans of their entire identity. They were being called the hard N-word. They were not referred to as Kenyan. They weren't referred to by their respected ethnicity.
Where are your parents from?
So he got Man Crush Monday TikTok on him now. Now he got Flatbush Avenue TikTok on him. Bruh.
Oh, wrong. So I proceeded to ask, yo, bro, what part of Africa are you from? He said, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
The whole point to have African in front of American is to show that we are still of African descent, but we don't know of which region we are from because of slavery. Our culture was erased from us, so we don't know, and that's not our fault. But we can't find out though. But here are my results. So if you ask me what part of Africa I'm from, I'm gonna say many, because many different regions are on here, and it makes sense. Kenya, Sudan, Cameroon, Nigeria, Mali. It's a lot of different regions in Africa, not just one race. And I'm also other races, but I identify as African American because I am still African, but American because I grew up in America and I don't know my actual culture, but because there are many cultures of what I.
So now you got Melting Pot College Twitter. I mean, why I keep saying Twitter? TikTok on you now. Boy, you not, man.
Bro, I don't know if Americans are genuinely confused or they're just thick, because
this video is actually really fucking insane and shows that maybe on topics like this, the British should just keep their fucking mouth shut. So to start off, the idea that African Americans aren't real is kind of fucking insane. African Americans is a label that Black people in the U.S. use because slavery.
Oh, wrong, bro. I don't know if Americans
My
are
bad.
genuinely
People who are here in the U.S. today, whose entire family's bloodline has basically been here since the beginning because of slavery. They don't know where they're from. All they've known is the U.S. All their grandparents have known is the U.S. All their great-grandparents have known is the U.S. And if you opened up a history textbook, you would also know that they purposefully separated out these slaves from each other. They made sure that they bunched them up with people that they weren't familiar with and didn't speak the same language with, so they couldn't collude with each other. And one last thing, y'all always say this about African Americans, but I never hear y'all have this smoke for like Jamaicans or like Haitians, when both of those were slave colonies too. All in all, a very cringe video, but I expect that out of the British.
I guess we'll just call this one Faceless Educator TikTok.
So I proceeded to ask, yo, bro, what part of Africa are you from? He said, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
I don't know how much I got left in my body to explain this to y'all, but
Bruh, you got I'm staring death in the face TikTok coming after you. Bruh, you should just delete this video. You got to delete this. If you got people facing their mortality willing to go in there and educate you, you a piece of shit. Oh, wow. I feel for the brother. Do your thing.
okay. And we have to explain this all the time, and y'all still don't get it. Nobody, no African.
Don't start yelling, brother. The nurse gonna come up in there. She gonna up your dosages. Don't do that. You gotta think about your health. You gotta get better, brother. Come on.
American in their right mind is debating that we are or aren't African. Look at me. Look at my features. I mean, duh. Like, that's not up to debate. We know we African. We know we West and Central African. That's not up to debate. What y'all struggle to understand is our genealogy, our DNA. It's very, very, very complex. And it's like some of y'all haven't even heard of the Atlantic slave trade. Like, at this point, y'all should have known about it by then, right? Like, but I'll buy it. We can trace our ancestry back to various tribes in West and Central Africa. That's not up to debate, okay? We are mixed up like a pot of gumbo, and that's just what it is. And being mixed, it don't have to mean racially, but we is mixed like a pot of gumbo. We have so many different white African ethnic tribes in us. We got some white European DNA in us. We got some, some of us mixed with the indigenous tribes in parts of the South, which means some of us may have indigenous American ancestry as well. I mean, you got Louisiana Creole people who are like really mixed up like gumbo, racially and ethnically. And
shout out to the brother. I hope he gets better. I hope he gets to see many more days above ground.
So I proceeded to ask, yo, bro, what part of Africa are you from? He said, our ancestors were just taken from Africa to America, brainwashed, and completely.
Really? They were taken from Africa, brought here, and then enslaved, and over generations forgot where they came from? Really? You know history too?
Bro, I don't know if Americans.
Bruh, now you got I love anime TikTok coming after you. Jesus.
Are genuinely confused or they're just thick. Because
homie, there's a lot of things wrong with what you said. With all due respect, it sounds like you're trying to play us for stupid, and that's not the case. We know exactly who we are. We know exactly where we come from. It's just very, very difficult. I don't think you understand. Again, if you know, you know. If you live the experience, then you would know. And I'm not playing you or anything, but I'm just saying it's very difficult to try to figure out more of our ancestry and where we come from to the T. It's a lot harder. Looking at the color of your complexion, you probably got a very close white relative, correct? And you look like you got a very close black relative, or we'll say African, because that's black is an American term for somebody. whoever that person is in your family that's African, if they didn't go through America's slave trade or the Caribbean slave trade or anywhere else that was enslaved, they could probably trace their ancestry very quickly right into Africa. And you already know what your mama, whatever the European side has sent you in England. It's not the case for us. A little more difficult.
Bro, I don't know if Americans are genuinely confused or they're just thick. Cause
homie.
So now you got Cleveland Brown Twitter. A few more, and then I'm gonna get out of here. He got a whole bunch of black groups after his ass.
from Africa to America, brainwashed and completely forgot where they came from.
That's funny because like you have nothing else to talk about but us. Meanwhile, your homeland is falling apart. Your country literally in shambles. Economics in shambles. Food shambles. Food safety shambles. Your people poor. No hope. I don't understand why you worrying about us when you got bigger fish to fry. Don't complain at us. The palm color people are doing that. Your cousin doing it to your people. Don't worry about us. Worry about your starving people at home.
Damn. So you got, I'm on the clock, but I'm finna give you this word TikTok on you. Jesus.
Bro, what part of Africa are you from? He said, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was like, oh, what? But like, where are your parents from? Atlanta, Georgia. So what about your grandparent? Atlanta, Georgia. So my next question was, how are you black? There's a lot of black people in Atlanta, Georgia, son. So you're telling me that you're not from Africa, but your skin is saying otherwise.
Y'all know what time it is. Okay, it says here you have a $1,500 rent fee that's due at the beginning of this month.
Why? Rent for what?
What you mean, why? You made this video for no reason, and we clearly in your head rent free. We don't even know y'all like that. And here it says you got a $300 clout chasing fee.
A clout chasing fee for what?
What is you talking about? Clearly you're chasing clout because literally all your videos have nothing to do with us, but I guess your views ain't looking the best, so you decided to make a video on us. So we'll take that in cash or money order. We also have a $200 ignorance fee because clearly you ain't did your research on why African Americans don't know where they come from. We're sick of explaining it to you, but clearly you ain't gonna learn. So now we're charging y'all $200. You know what? I'm getting pissed. $400. $400. Now the rest of you crumpet eating beans and toast for breakfast having heifers and dudes out there, shut up unless you do some darn research. Shut up.
Bro, what?
So you got, I'm finna yell in my apartment TikTok covered after you. This is funny as hell. Oh. Hey. Hold on 1 second, family. I want to do something. Hold on.
What part of Africa are you from?
Don't he look like Rick Gonzalez?
Yeah.
He said that African Americans don't exist. And we've been spending like 30 minutes cooking them.
From Africa.
Look how he spelled exist. And he over there in Britain talking like this. He's on TikTok. You want to hit him with some truth? You might get over. All right. Even wifey does. Even wifey don't want to talk to this man.
From Africa
She says he say he don't. He dumb.
Bro, what part of
Boy, family, I really feel for y'all. Real talk. I really feel for y'all because I mean, damn. I mean, God. Do not leave y'all alone.
Bro, I don't know if Americans are genuinely confused or they're just thick. Cause this
I just be wondering what be wrong with y'all. I was gonna light you up. But here's a quick lesson for you. Not all black people were brought over here in slavery. There were some black people already over here. There were a lot of black people that had already migrated over here before Christopher Columbus
Hang on. Now you got I'm looking sexy in the bed TikTok coming after you. I don't even want to listen to this one, but I'm gonna let y'all listen.
Stumbled his way up over here. Okay. And when I'll say it, when the slave trade happened, since you can't say it, when the slave trade happened, what they were doing, they were mixing us all together, mixing us, breeding us together. So a lot of us can't go back to trace our ancestry because we're so mixed up. So now that we are in America, we say that we're either Black or African American because we don't know our descent. We can't go back to where we come from. Like he was in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where his people from. I just the cognitive dissonance of some people, like the ignorance of some people. Like, do you have common sense, sir?
Is she like naked on the top? I don't know. She trying to cover it real hard though, but shout out to Angie. Shout out to her. I ain't sure. It's like I'm just being nice, family. I'm just letting people know I'm using a video to cook this dude. I don't want them to find it later and then trying to sue me.
Bro, I don't know if Americans are genuinely confused or they're just thick. Because
Yes, I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't know if you're looking for clout, clicks, and likes, because I see that 2023 has been the year of let's bring up African Americans in our conversation because there was popping, like it's like we're definitely what's trendy right now. Like I noticed that you British people and any other people who want to go viral, several African people definitely keep bringing up African Americans in the topic because y'all can't leave us alone. Y'all know you won't go viral or you won't get any kind of views if you don't bring us up. Um, let's start there. It sounds like you're a clout chaser and you're riding our Shango stick so hard. I'm surprised you ain't even pregnant by now. Let's start there. Let's start there. I don't even know what you being from a British country, like I guess you're British or whatever, how does our history or whatever, how does it even really concern you? Like how we got here, how we're here in America, you're British. Why don't you worry about what's going on over there? What's going on over there with the black people in Britain? Last time I checked, y'all were saying y'all's YT people were saying save Europe or whatever, save Europe because from the black immigrants, of course. And I think that would be a better suited subject for you to actually talk about other than
Well, he identified with the white side, so we expect that. I don't even know what to call this type of Twitter. I mean, I keep saying Twitter. I don't know what to call this type of TikTok. I don't know. I don't know. She said Shango stick. I guess we probably call it get off our nut TikTok. All right.
sorry to
Last
break
one.
it to you, but there's no such thing as African Americans.
Whether or not this is satire is irrelevant. People who are not African Americans should not speak about African Americans because it's always wrong, whatever comes out of their mouths, most of the time. Now, in this video, earlier, he says that African American is not a race. And he is right about that. Because African American is an ethnicity, a specific ethnicity. And what's really funny is in this particular video, he actually explains why we are called African Americans, and it just didn't click in his head. Because he says, your ancestors were just taken from Africa and brainwashed and forgot where they came from. And that is exactly why we are called African Americans. Because our ancestors were taken from the African continent, from all over the African continent. And our history was erased. Knowledge of our ancestral history was pretty much.
Bro,
Oh, they got the flag. Uh-oh. Now you got PhD TikTok coming at you. Damn. Play you. Wait.
sorry to break it, bro. I don't know if Americans are genuinely confused or they're just thick. Because this.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna need y'all to stop talking about us as though y'all know about us more than we know about us. But let me educate you just a little bit, my bro. Dr. Larry Smith, historian, his professor, entrepreneur, and so much more. If you want to know more about me, check out my page. And if you like what you see, follow so that you get more of what you see on your FYP. That part. Why do y'all get on here and y'all talk down African Americans and talk about us like we don't have an identity? That's our flag right there. We have our own flag.
Uh-oh.
See, you're right about one thing. We are the descendants of slaves, proudly, who have come and turned a whole lot around and still working on progress to be where we are now. We call ourselves African Americans because we are descendants of those African slaves. You're talking great grandparents, great great grandparents who were actually from the continent of Africa. African American, also known as Afro American, Black Americans, is an ethnic group in itself, right? Consisting of Americans with partial or total ancestry from any of the Black racial groups in Africa. So we say African Americans because we don't specifically know if we're Nigerian Americans or Ghanaian American or South African American. We don't know that because of, as you mentioned, the institution of slavery. But it is usually something to denote descendants of Africans enslaved in the United States. Some Black immigrants and their children may also identify as African Americans. However, the majority of first generation immigrants do not identify with, they generally identify with their nation of origin, Nigeria, Ghana, so forth, as you were pointing out. But to say that African Americans don't exist and not a thing, there are millions of us. In fact, there's almost 49 million of us who are considered African Black American. I find it super interesting how y'all feel as though because we can't pinpoint our African nation that we're not of African descent. And y'all try so hard to diminish and to minimize who we are. But you're speaking English. Yeah, you have an accent, but you're speaking English. I guarantee you can't tell me who your ancestors were and what your civilization was prior to the colonialism that apparently either is English or French or whatever land colonized the land that you're from. So even you in it yourself is not authentically African indigenous population based on who you were without colonialization. So you have a similar experience to us, minus the slavery, but you got all the colonialism so for us. So are we just to say that Africans don't exist because Africa, most of it was divided like a pizza among the European powers, scrubbing all of your culture and taking it away and bringing in theirs? No, I would never say that because I can respect your heritage and your connection to the heritage that you are originated from or indigenous to. And it's the same thing with African Americans. Yes, we went through this slave experience. Yes, that has created a lot around us and how we perceive ourselves. But at the end of the day, you cannot minimize our connection back to the African continent just because we can't label a country. And even your label of a country of origin was given to you from some European power. Y'all, it makes no sense to have these diasporic conversations because on both sides, whether you were on this side of slavery or on that side of slavery, Europe came in and jacked things up for all of us. And in Africa before Europe, the Islamic traders came in and jacked things up from your indigenous identity. So I'm gonna need y'all to stop talking about African Americans as though we don't have an identity. We are the most influential Black people, African descended people on the planet, without a doubt. We are the richest Black African descended people on the planet.
I think y'all got the gist of it. Shamika Gray, you stop it. You stop it right now. You stop it right now. But anyway, I put the StreamYard link because I know maybe y'all want to say something. So I put it up there. If you want to come up say something, I will allow you to. But remember how the white supremacists are. Got to be careful what you say because they are limiting comments. And I've also heard that they've been conspicuously cutting audio. So if you do come up, please be careful. But yeah, Rick Gonzalez, yeah, he was talking a whole lot of nothing. Mm. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hmm. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Oh man. Yeah. And there it is. All right. Whew. Why? I don't understand why they just feel as though that this is the way to get engagement. And it'd be the wrong type of engagement too, because yeah, they don't even comment and be like, okay, I'm like generally confused. Can someone explain it to me? Nah, they just be saying this stuff. Bro, you were in the UK. Y'all are uh, UK got problems. But you worried about what's going on over here. Sir, y'all had whole articles about BLM and how mixed people should feel. You shouldn't be talking. Y'all should not be talking. Bruh. Oh, y'all don't believe me? Okay, we'll just do this quickly before I get up out of here. There you go. He worried about what Black Americans are going on over here, but we got the Guardian putting out stories like this. If you ask me, I am British. Joys and trials for Britain's multi-ethnic households. But you want to worry about what we got going on over here. Y'all got a racism problem in your schools, but y'all worried about what we got going on over here. Y'all got this problem over here, but you worried about what we got going on. Hmm. All right, Rick Gonzalez, you got it. Leonard, hello. St. Louis, hello. Who else came up in here while we were going in? Casey Malone, hello. ADOS Event and Country Rock Hip Hop Gospel and more, hello. Lois Hub, hello. Black Star Racer, hello. All right, I'm getting up out of here. These people are just they're strong and dumb. The white vote will doom us all, and there's something incredibly wrong with Britain. I think I know what it is, family. It's that damn French food and the Michelin stars. That's what it is. They feeling themselves. They feeling themselves. Mm. But anyway, let me get up out of here. No, that is a straight up African in Tiberius. It's the adventures of Yvonne and Tom. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. Hopefully, you learned something. If you did, I've done my job. If not, I will try to do better next time. Whew. That actually took a lot out of me than I thought it would, but that's okay. And again, it is birthday month. A lot of content is coming your way. So just be on the lookout. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. All y'all take care. Stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your day.